We're
The Frostmoor Crows, episode 51. You guys are in a town that has been named since our last episode, where it actually didn't have a name, Drasdunen. And if you are on roll 20, I'll show you what it looks like. Now, this map probably has a few pieces missing from it. It's a work in progress.
I thought it was Dunbane.
Shut up.
Right. It's Drasdunen now.
It is.
Okay.
Let me just cross that out.
But perhaps that's the Goliath name for it.
Right.
This is
Okay.
the human name for it. See,
Yeah, just translate to shithole.
I don't know. For first appearances, it seems quite cheery.
Right, cheery.
Yeah.
Yes. Give me that. Come here. Okay, cool. So, you guys, do you want to do a recap? Tell us what's going on. Can anyone remember what happened? And
Phil would be the best recap.
Shit. I actually didn't finish the last part of it, but from what I remember, so we left the Goliath. I believe we left them with an egg, with a Remoraz egg, right?
right.
Tim, Gambo, did we leave them with an egg?
We gave them. I don't remember we gave them one or all of them.
One.
I'm pretty sure we only gave them one.
Oh God.
Yep.
Okay.
So we left them with one egg, and we very unsafely housed the rest of ours in the boat.
Yes, in the
in
storage
the back of the boat.
Mhm.
Yeah, we stored them in the boat. One of them
Around
was
a
black
lot of
and
hay.
warm.
Right.
Around a lot of hay and some flasks of oil. And and we continued away down the river, away from the previous Goliath tribe, the Grimfrost tribe, I believe.
Right.
And we ran into the Thara's Blood.
Sounds right.
Yeah, we ran into the Thara's Blood tribe along the way. We didn't quite run into them. They were on the cliffs above us, and they sort of yelled Thara's Blood at us because we yelled Thara's Blood at them, just because that's what we did. Right. And then we carried on down. We passed them, past this big port where they're all holed up there, and they didn't seem to give chase, but they know we're there. And then we hooked around the coast to another little settlement called.
Right. You passed Vanderhold on the way to do that, didn't you?
That's right, we did, but we gave them a wide berth.
Right.
Yeah. Right. We passed Vanderhold, and we made port in a place called Drasdunen, where they predominantly fish for trade. And there was a young lady there who liked the cut of Hanks's jacket's jib.
Right.
But Hank wasn't willing to part with it, so I think somebody else has offered their coat for trade. Incidentally, these coats are very important. They're very, very well made Goliath coats, made especially for us.
Yeah, I think it was me.
Maybe it was Gimbal. Yeah, I knew it was either Gimbal or Jesiah. But I don't think Tricky giving up her coat would fit anyone.
A child.
No, the big coach member goes down to
maybe a child, a chubby child.
Yeah, like a baby, and you're born the first couple of weeks.
And yeah, I think that's where we left it. They offered us, they invited us to dine with them.
Right.
And that's where we're at now.
Right. Okay. Well, in that case, does anyone else have any other things, any other notes or memories or thoughts or interjections here?
No, just things I want to do.
Okay.
Well, a quick aside as well. So during our hiatus, a one shot of Tricky and Jesiah having a side adventure in Bangate has possibly created a character which we might run into in future. A barbarian from Vanderhold.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That is true. So incidentally, on that matter, Emma, I think she is going to be playing in the new campaign on Wednesday nights, so she won't be joining the Frostmoor Crows.
Right.
So that no longer is a thing. She will be in the one shot on Wednesday if anyone wants to hang out and say hi. So there's
I might pop in.
Wednesday.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What time? Your time?
7 as usual.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi,
For
Anna.
you.
Usually nighttime times. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I've got a couple of spaces in that right now, and somebody has paid for 4 spaces in there. So I think 3 of those are taken. There's at least one or 2.
One person has paid for 4 people in one session.
Yeah.
Oh wow! What a
Right,
generous,
yeah, okay.
what a generous gesture.
Yeah.
I'm sure he just got us money from each of them after. You know, it's like, come on.
All good. So you guys have dinner. You have a feast there with.
Oh, feast.
Yeah, they put on a bit of a feast and a bit of a show.
Oh wow.
They have a fire juggler and some dancers and so on. And nothing particularly exciting or interesting really occurs. It's all very much the sorts of things that you would expect. The leaders, the place is run by a small family, and the leaders are a small council, really, of not nobles. I was going to say like merchant traders, basically. So long story short, you stay there. I can throw names at you if you want. I don't see them being especially important right now.
Are we able to be
it's
left
okay.
alone while we eat our food to scheme? Talk
We
amongst
probably
ourselves?
won't be though, right?
Not
You
during dinner.
Not during dinner.
But
We're kind of a spectacle.
yeah, you're kind of a spectacle, especially Tricky Bob. People do ask you about your tattoos if they're on show.
Mine are hidden.
Yeah, mine are hidden too.
Hidden.
They're underneath my jerkin or whatever it is I'm wearing.
Jerkin, very good. Okay. You end up being given part of a longhouse to sleep in. So there's like a room on the 2nd story with some like a wooden ladder that goes up to this next floor, which is kind of a mezzanine, if you like. It's like half the building. It's like a long building that's 2 floors, but one half of the building is like a big hall, and the other half has dormitories on the bottom, and then the 2nd floor has a big room, and they give you that whole room to yourselves.
For the record, Hank gets uproariously drunk if there's any booze present. It hasn't happened for a while, and he's come through quite a lot. He's seen a friend almost die. This is kind of like the first time he's really felt like he can relax, so he is getting shit-faced.
Okay. Well, on that note, then 2 things. I'm going to ask you to make a Constitution saving throw. Just to see how sick you get and how bad it's going to be. And the second
12.
12. Okay. You're not great, but you're not throwing up. You're not.
Sweet. I'm hiccuping.
Yep. You're probably even kind of happy about it, to be fair. It's.
I would say so.
However, I'm going to get you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, even worse.
And this one is to see how loose lips sink ships.
18.
18. All right. You don't say anything.
I feel like I should roll that at a disadvantage.
No.
Well, I don't know. I think that's fine. I mean, Hank's not.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Gimbal on the end. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm controlling myself.
You're
Thank you very much.
Right.
Excellent.
Come on, Gimbal. You're not going to have a beer with him?
I'll have a beer. 1 beer.
Since Gimbal, you're finding since the Isle of Fractals
Died, man.
and your intervention with Anglamor's sentence, you've been feeling a lot better and clear-headed.
And
And
good. Is it better or worse though?
Is it better or worse? Well, it's a good question. One thing's for sure is next time you get attacked, you won't be doing any psychic damage to anything.
Damn it.
So there's that. But on the other
That's
hand,
fine.
it's quite likely that the Barakyle envoy are no longer tracking your every move and reading your thoughts from a distance. So
the plan worked against them. Shame.
That's right. So now we could go and fight the Barakyle envoy again and sneak into their
you
base.
can go straight to their.
Now we can take
see
them
us
by
coming.
surprise now.
Right in the front door. And
Do we have ropes?
do you have-
Yeah, good.
We know how well it went last time.
Mm.
But the 4 of
Yeah,
you.
but this time there's 4 robes. 4 of us.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay,
one-
no, I will have a few then.
you will have a few. All right.
Yeah.
So
Good lad. Good lad.
save and wisdom save as well.
Fine.
You're just looking for trouble, aren't you? This is.
That's 5 for Constitution.
All right, so that's not good.
And that's 8 for wisdom.
Woo!
Okay, and
This is Hank. This was a really good idea. How have you been?
What is this stuff?
this is some sort of actually,
It's my family label.
It tastes awful.
I think it's some
Let's drink
kind of
more.
Goliath import thing that they're giving to you as a sort of special offering.
Some sort of ice vodka or something.
Special offering for all of our good deeds. We have the eggs.
Yep.
Maybe it's made from fish.
You guys should come up with some alcohols that I can make canon in Sidario.
We made
Alright.
one.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah. We need a document to share, like
Document.
Yeah.
a Google.
Okay.
Document. Somebody start a Google Doc and share it, if you could, if you don't mind, if you have
Yeah, why not?
headspace to do it. I mean, you could use it in the Crow's Cannon.
Rose cannon. Yeah, chuck it in there.
Well,
work.
what kind of starch do the Goliath grow? Because I mean that would
See,
depend on what they can.
You've asked these two. They
right?
don't this is gonna be get into so much detail.
It will.
Turnips. They'll grow turnips.
Turnip
Yeah.
vodka. That's a thing. It's disgusting, apparently.
In the cold.
Wow.
Can
That
you
works.
grow anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
turnips.
let's say they can only grow turnips here.
Yeah.
You can grow
It's a
turnips.
weird
Turnips
turnip
in the cold.
brew.
They're
It's
a
turnip
cold
country.
vegetable. In fact, the Swede is better if it has a frost.
Right. Wow. There you go.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Hang on, let's have a look.
I'm
Turnip
half
vodka.
Otago boy, remember?
Ah, right. Okay. So, what do you during the feast then? Gimbal, you get quite sick. And
Oh, good.
That's not making you feel great, obviously. What is it that you let out of the bag then? What is it that you say that is completely inappropriate and
Well, first off, I'm gonna say that I think they should call this turnip juice the Brassica Brew.
Brassica brew.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
what
They
the-
make it. Apparently, it's a thing in Turkey, and they serve it with a purple carrot, paprika, and garlic.
That sounds
That
great.
sounds all right.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
thought it sounded
Like a
all right.
Kind of like a savory brew, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if it's alcoholic. No, it's a cure for hangovers, but it does seem like it has
Yeah.
alcohol in it.
You know why it cures the hangover, though.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
that's her thing.
Forefront in my mind, I think that I'd lose my my sense of I shouldn't say anything in front of my group. Well, in this thing I was like, okay, and so I was just saying. So, does anyone know like a fence? Jesiah, do you know like a fence we could sell? Like, are these monster eggs illegal? Does anyone
would
know?
drunkenly be like, there's lots of fences. Look out the window, man. The port
Right?
there, not the window, the little hole in the wall.
No,
over
no,
there.
no,
Look,
no,
there's
no.
fences
I mean
everywhere,
someone
man.
who illegally trades goods. for
I'm
money.
trying to like, I'm trying to keep my wits like,
I don't think you get it.
freaking wood everywhere, man. We're in a fishing town. There's lots of fences. You need somebody to pay or something. Jesus.
Do they have a dock? Well, we need to go to the dock. Jesiah.
Hello.
Jesiah. Just do that thing. I keep
Hello.
saying your name and go
Hello.
show Jesiah.
Hello.
Right. Where is a fence?
Well, I don't know every fence location.
Can we
in
go
every
find it?
city of every world?
Can we go
I-
find
yeah,
it?
I would say possibly head towards the docks.
Okay.
Any merchant ships coming in might be all right, but then they'd probably have a person that they offload to in town.
Right,
But
right.
I mean, how big is this place?
I think we should sell the eggs,
I
There's
disagree.
chicken eggs we bought.
or at least
Yeah.
we give them to someone who could transport them back to our base.
They've got lots of chickens here, Gibble. They don't need eggs.
We would have to
to
disguise
get-
them as something else, you know.
Well, but if it's a fence, then that's their problem.
No, a fence
they-
would offload them. You know, you can't trust thieves.
Well, then what's the point?
Exactly, and that's the
So then how
conundrum
do,
that
how
we're
do
in.
I'm sure they must run on a modicum of trust if they to operate at all. Otherwise, you get one shot and then like no one ever uses you again. What if we said we were a pretty big deal and said this needs to get to mother?
I don't know if she got that far of a reach. Russell, can I perform some kind of a check here?
yeah, you can make a history check.
Alright.
Did we not actually during that one shot? I gave you a special stat, didn't I? Which was like vein gate knowledge.
Mm.
I think we should keep that because I think that's pretty cool.
Alrighty. So history.
Yeah.
All right.
And given that
I could.
you can have advantage on this because it is Vangate knowledge.
Well, I was a nat 20, so 22.
22.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Well, you can only know what you know, so
Mm.
natural 20 doesn't make you psychic.
Yep.
But you do know that Mother, yeah, she does import things from different places. You have met a couple of those fences, but
Of course.
you know they trade in and around Vangate,
Sure.
where you've met them. You've got no idea whether she trades anything from this far north, and if she does, who she would trade with. She almost definitely wouldn't do it directly.
Yeah.
Almost definitely wouldn't have, anything. You wouldn't be involved in it. So there's only so much that you can really know about that. She would be interested, probably, and she may be able to trade these eggs if you could get them to her. You know that she would take a significant cut out of that. And obviously the more people involved in the line of trade, the more
The bigger the
cuts
cut.
there
Yeah.
will be. So,
Yeah. I think, in my opinion, Gimbal, we got to hold on to these until we can get the most clear point to offload them.
Right. Okay.
I think
But,
we're too far removed right now.
somehow getting it to Crow's Rest, and that way Harvick it can be his problem. And then when it hatches, we set up a den and we keep it in the den, and then we feed our enemies.
Monster pit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry you don't agree with that. Step to the left a little.
you could have a little
You
trapdoor.
might find it a bit more agreeable if you move.
You should have like a room with a table and like a desk and a trapdoor on the floor.
The chairs slide down.
Yes.
Straight to the piranhas, basically.
Sounds good. Let's do that. Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep on to them for now, but I'm just worried they're going to explode on the ship.
Oh, so did we get some more extra info on the eggs?
No, that just said that it would probably be too costly at this point to transport them back to Vangate secretly.
Okay.
Also, didn't they mention that they only turn black when they're close to hatching? So there was only
Yes.
one egg that seems to be.
But if that explodes, all the other eggs are gone. Should we move the other eggs?
Would it explode or would it just
Yeah, where did you
hatch?
get this idea of exploding?
I just picture it exploding.
I've got an idea on that. Hey, Russell,
So,
on board the ship, the little princess,
Empress.
the little empress.
Yep.
Or is a princess? Okay.
It's
Empress.
Empress.
It is
Empress.
It's empress. Empresses are better than princesses anyway.
Is it My Little Pony?
Yeah. I'll be your brony. No, I won't. That's not going to happen. Do we have an unused barrel? Something, maybe one of the barrels that have been used for supplies already, like one we've spent.
most certainly, you can easily get your hands on a barrel. I mean, either in the boat or in the town. You can pick up a barrel for a couple of silver pieces, probably
Just
from a.
Let the cabbages roll around on the floor.
What is a barrel maker called? There's a name for that.
Cooper.
Cooper, that's it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? How do you know that? I don't know.
I'm in the beer industry.
I deal with a lot of Coopers.
And the wine industry actually now. However,
And then you have Cartwrights that make wheels.
yep, that's true. So what I'd like to put this to the group. Are we still together? Is Hank still uproariously drunk and Gimbal confessing all our plans?
Yeah.
Crowdsourcing. I'm crowdsourcing a plan.
Right. So right now you're in the feasting hall. You've been shown the room in which you're going to be able to go to after the feast.
Right.
You've been brought to the feasting hall, and you've met Linhart, Fulton, Roban, Chezan, Rickard, Blanca, and Tivolt.
Sure. All right. Hello, everyone. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, I'll probably hold off my plan, divulging my plan until we all get back out of game, until we all get back to the room.
Can I do a perception check to see if I know Hank is sitting on a plan?
You can make an insight check
Yeah.
Mhm.
at disadvantage because you're wasted.
Oh well, that's 6. That's 8 anyway.
But isn't this a contest? Don't I then also have to?
No, it's not a contest.
roll? Okay. All right.
I mean, unless you want to make a deception check. Is that what you mean? You can insight as
I'm
But
Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it.
Let's
It's
just leave
fine.
it, yeah.
I didn't figure it out. It's just gonna be a
Okay.
dick.
I've just been like, had an idea and nobody saw it, so I've just kept it to myself.
Okay. All right. So you have this great feast. You guys, Jesiah and the Tricky Bob, you guys can make perception checks at the dinning table.
Dinning table.
The dinning tableau.
Tab.
15.
Perception.
I suppose I should have a tab open so I can see what you roll.
15.
That would probably be useful. 15.
12 from Hank. No, sorry, perception. 15 from Hank as well.
I don't
Wow.
think we're rolling, Hank.
Hank.
Oh, we're not rolling? Okay,
Nah.
never mind.
We're busy, preoccupied.
But the other two, what you notice is that there are a couple of more sketchy looking characters, mostly the servants. They appear to be servants. Overhearing some of the conversation between Gimbal and Hank, and when they mention something about eggs, one of them goes and whispers in the ear of the leader, Tivolt.
Hank, arm wrestle
Sorry.
me.
All right, athletics.
All right.
Good.
Athletics challenge.
22.
Oh my.
22 minus 20.
22. So that'd be a 2.
I got a 2. Yeah. All right. Ow!
What's
Gamble, why'd you hit me
that's
so
right.
hard?
while these two are fuck assing about?
Yeah.
What was Tivolt's? What was his reaction when the person whispered in his ear?
So he's just sitting there, and as they whisper in his ear, he kind of looks grim and nods and looks over at him. He just nods, and then the person leaves. The servant. And then 5 minutes later, that servant's back at your table, pouring you more of that Goliath ale. What did you guys call it? Turnip
Brassica brew.
brassica brew. All right.
So we've noticed that I guess Gimbal and Hank are talking about the dragon eggs and people overhearing, or do we just hear them mention eggs?
Oh no,
And-
you would hear the whole conversation, I suspect,
Right.
at the table with them, right? And
fair.
then whether or not you're even sitting next to each other is a question, whether Hank is sitting next to Gimbal or whether you guys are sitting across from each other.
Shouting
I'd
down
say
the
we're
table
sitting
at each other.
like to a side,
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
The question is whether Gimbal and Hank are on the same side or not.
Well, no, we'd be on opposite sides because we've
Yeah,
just had an
because
arm wrestle.
because I leaned over to Jesiah and grabbed his shoulders like, hey.
Yeah.
So that works. And we arm wrestled.
Yeah, so I must
And
be
now-
sitting next to Tricky then.
This is all very logical arguments. I like. Good. Okay.
And now I'm going to go into the details of how, Hank, you'll never achieve such tender loins as my arms.
In the loins.
Hundreds of years of honing.
Tender loin.
My
I
loins,
like my
are
loins
tender.
the way they are, Gimbal.
Look at the
Yours
atrophy in
tender
my
if you like.
arms.
That's the term for it, isn't it? And they get off the
So
table. That's the
elastic.
term.
That was a very strange conversation. Gimbal, you can make another Constitution saving throw.
There you go.
Yes.
11.
11. Okay. At that point, you feel like you really need to pee.
All right, off I go. Excuse me.
Off you go. And Gimbal doesn't come back because unfortunately he falls asleep in the snow.
And I go, as he's going, I'm like, oh, yo, keep your hands off your tenderloins.
I flex.
Can I approach Tivolt and so I want to ask him around. So we're explain that we're heading south to do some trade with the Goliath tribe down there, and then
All right. Well, you come over to Tivolt and he looks up at you. Ah, adventurer. So I hope that you're having a good time here in our wee town.
it is a wonderful feast that you've put on, and we very much appreciate you honoring us in this fashion.
Well, we honor you, but also the gods.
Of course. And who do you worship in this neck of the woods?
Gimbal!
He says, here we often honor Annam and many of the old giant pantheon
Ah, of course.
out of respect for the Goliath. And also, we've seen so much evidence of their passing here. the giants, their world was magnificent compared to the rot that we humans have brought upon the place. But we must survive.
Yes, we've seen some evidence of that ourselves. In fact, we were seeking to trade with the Goliath tribe south of here, and we're wondering what you can tell us about them.
The Goliath tribe south of here. Well, out of game. Russell better get his notes out. This is an excellent question. He says, well, what in particular are you interested in?
Well, we've done a little bit of traveling around,
Hmm.
helped out a few of the tribes on this island in particular. And what we tend to find is that each of them have, a task or a problem that needs solving. And we like to fancy ourselves as kind of traveling problem solvers.
Traveling problem solvers, eh?
Indeed.
Uh-huh. So now I gave you a list of tribe names, and I am going to just check off to make sure that we have the same list. I'm not using an old list. I have a list that includes the Stormcallers, the Blood Axes, the Frost Forgers, the Orcbane, the Fast Riders, the Icebrands, the something like that, the Bloodbane, the Izzablood, and the Thundersblood.
So I think
Most
on
of
the
them-
tribe that we have got, so we've got the Grimfrosts, who were the Birch Tree ones, who we just came from.
Yeah, we've got the Grimfrost, the Urazan, and the Raidan.
Yeah, so the Raidan will be the ones that we're heading to next.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and then you've also come across the Thundersblood, who had the Skagen Blood Prophet.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the Raidan tribe. Okay, very well. Well, what can I tell you about them? They seem to be having some troubles presently.
Don't we all?
There are a number of reports coming through that they've been attacked by some unknown and fearsome warriors coming up from the center of the island somewhere. We ourselves are preparing to fight, but there has been some division amongst our community about how much resources we're prepared to put into such a thing.
Now, when you say from the center of the island,
Aye.
there's a ancient worshipping area on the center of this island, is it not? For the Goliath?
That is right, yes.
Do you believe they're coming from there?
It is likely. That seems like the area in which the Raidan, they keep their dwellings, such.
Out of game, Russell. Actually, am I a party to this conversation? No, I'm not. Never mind.
None
Sorry.
of us are, right?
You could
Carry
make a
on.
perception check to see whether you overhear it.
To be honest, Russell, I'm drunk as I probably wouldn't be interested. I'm having too good a time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, right. My apologies. The Raidan are actually at the bottom of the island. So yeah, I'm getting my wires crossed. This is what happens when you don't play for 6 weeks. You see, the DM forgets
It's
everything.
been 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a long time, dude.
Another 6 weeks? No, surely not.
No, not another. 6.
I thought it was like 4. Like, because
It
I
was about a
remember
month,
we-
yeah.
But
But like we had one
so
random
like 2
episode.
games. We only had like 2 games in.
We're having
Yeah.
our winter hiatus. Like
Yeah.
we don't. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Right.
if I'm to surmise correctly, at least what I'm picturing in my head is that
Right.
if the Raidan are in the south, and they've probably got a little bit of area towards the north of that, and they'll be having incursions from the center of the island, which is
Aye.
where that worshipping ground were, which is, if I was to put 2 and 2 together, probably been overtaken by or annexed by the Thundersblood.
All right. Well, let's I'm just going to meta for a second to
Yep.
clear this up and figure it out too, because I'm
Yep.
still remembering what the hell everything was. So okay, we've got a mark in the center of the island. I'll just move you guys over to that
Yep.
map so you can see what I'm talking about. And
Right, yeah.
clearly we have the Raidana tribe at the bottom, looking at the map. So I'm thinking basically that the Raidana have been visiting and trading with other tribes, as they do, and even the humans. In fact, because they're furthest in the south, they probably have the most contact with humans. Or at least traditionally, I suppose, until Vanderhold was founded. The worship place in the center of the island, that mountain there, is a location to which all tribes will visit from time to time. And I'm thinking that that has been interrupted. Excuse me. We're all not feeling great. So yeah, the traditional religious journeys to this place have been interrupted, but many of the tribes probably. But this particular township has not heard word from many of the other tribes. They get word from the Raidana, so they're just getting this secondhand from them specifically. So that's the rumor that you're getting, basically, to put it in context. I hope that helps.
Yep, that helps.
So that's what he explains to you.
And we're at this one, right? Am I picking?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Yeah.
I might even be able to put a name on that. Let me see. Yep. Okay. So please continue while I continue thinking about how I can stick in some text. Here we go. What did we say the name of this place was?
Razdunan.
Razdunan.
Oh my god.
That was cool. Do it again.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I didn't see it.
Your mic is getting feedback the closer you get to a speaker, I think.
Who, me?
Yeah, when you lean in. No,
It's gone now. Who knows what that was?
good.
Who knows what that was?
Keep
Yep.
doing it though. Maybe it'll come back.
Right.
Just keep...
So
Yeah, it sounded like a explosion sound effect on like a Game Boy Advance or something.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, right. It was quite sort of 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed
Oh,
it.
it did again.
There it is.
Oh,
yeah, that's
You know what that is? That's a cable.
Oh.
Abandon your cable, my friend.
So this cable?
Could be. It will be.
Yeah.
probably the
It only
plug-in.
shows up when you
Stop,
You know.
stop. Don't make it worse.
Don't make it. Yeah. Leave it. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay. I'll leave it alone. Sorry.
All right.
So,
we should move you guys on to- Yep.
So the village is seeking to do what? Send men down to Raidana, or?
Well, we are considering sending them some people to assist with their escort to the temple.
Well,
We're really good at escort jobs.
pretend that I said that because Gimble's out.
All right, sorry.
Asleep in the snow.
Yeah, you just hear this from outside through the
Yeah.
through the slit window. Yeah,
What would Gimble say?
Come
Yeah,
on.
we're really good at escort jobs.
Gimbal would be like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Peeing on himself.
100% success rate, guaranteed.
is that so?
That's so. You should track down some of our other clients if you can find them.
Well, we've been considering sending some people to assist them in return for their continued peace with us.
Well, you could send us on your behalf, and that way you don't have to sacrifice or risk any of your people.
And what would you ask in return for that?
Well, I noticed that one of your servants was eavesdropping on our conversation earlier and had a little whisper in your ear.
Oh yes,
Why did that pique your interest?
I heard something of some sort of special eggs you mentioned. What might that be about?
We're into poultry.
Yes.
Adventurers and poultry traders.
Yes.
These sniggers.
Sorry, I'm not there.
And I guess what we're trying to imply is that the less that is known about this, the better. And perhaps your silence is all we seek.
I see. Well, if you are seeking my silence on the matter of these so-called eggs, it might be worth you explaining to me why, so that I understand the full ramifications and outcomes.
I'm going to cast my eye back to the table and see what
Gimbal's
Hank is on his 5th round.
let me I should Tricky Bob over.
Mhm.
Hank is like pointing and laughing and like drinking and having a great time.
Right. And Hank, do you remember in the first scene when you arrived here, there was a rather large lady that was kind of interested in your coat?
Oh no,
Yeah,
I do remember.
she does come and sit over next to you, and she's looking at your coat. Puts her hand on your arm, and she's stroking the fur, and she's speaking to you in a language. I don't know what languages do you speak?
I speak deep speech,
French.
weirdly enough.
Monsieur.
Thieves' Cant and Common, I think, are my three.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, you don't know what she's saying. You can tell that what she's saying is peppered with some giant words, perhaps some Goliath phrases and words. You're not sure.
Right.
Sounds like that. And out of game, I did write a thing about languages in the world, which I haven't really implemented at any point, but I think it would be cool.
I've got the drive up.
Yeah, I was thinking along the lines of where you might have like Northern Common, Southern Common, and different regions would have their own dialects and things. So, and the common tongue, everyone still speaks Common. So Common still works in the North as it does in the South, but it's very limited and it's really good for trading and not a lot else. You couldn't write poetry in it, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's a bastard language.
Yeah, it's just a bastard language used for trading, like a pigeon kind of language.
All right.
So yeah, it's good enough to make you bring your point across, but it's not very artistic or pretty to listen to. It's full of bastard words.
Coptic.
What's that?
All right.
Coptic.
Yeah. Wasn't that...
Coptic.
Oh no, sorry. I'm mistaking that one with another language that they tried to make. They tried to make like basic language.
Right.
Oh, you
Not
mean
that
like
one. No, not Sanskrit.
No,
Anyway.
not Sanskrit.
There is a recent one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
The scientific one that sounds kind of
Wingdings.
Spanishy.
It's wingdings.
It's not wingdings.
Windings. They all speak windings. Yeah. Yeah, roll your windings and intelligence now. Okay. So that hopefully helps. Continue.
Okay. Tricky Bob.
Hello.
I was just explaining our situation to our new friend here, our gracious host.
Mhm.
He wishes to know a bit about the eggs that we have in our possession.
Our poultry farm trading.
He smiles at you. You see this scour on his face kind of cracks as he smiles. Oh yes, poultry farming.
Well, we do a bit of produce trading, but we don't have the right paperwork for it.
The right paperwork.
So it's really under the table.
See, the thing about the chickens
Not a lot
that
of
we
paperwork
breed.
used for trading poultry.
Esperanto.
Well, you need a general like food handling certification to trade any food produce across.
Perhaps in Vane Gate, but you don't need.
Yeah, but we're based in Vane Gate. That's where our business is operating from. So we need to actually hold the right paperwork. But we kind of got into this business so quickly and we just didn't have time to do all the paperwork. So now we're kind of, we're just
Bob,
we don't want anyone in Vane Gate to find out about this.
What does Moravin think about your bullshittery?
Can
I do a religious check?
Yeah, you can do
Out of game. I thought we have approached the bullshittery that Moradin has blessed us, right? Yeah. And I think it basically comes down to Tricky's morals.
Right, that's why I think a wisdom save is more appropriate than a religion.
Oh, wisdom, okay, yeah. What's in that one?
Oh wow, okay, yeah, now you're doing fine. This is great. You
doing this for Moradin, yeah.
You can you can justify anything.
Yay.
Awesome.
The thing about the reason why we couldn't get certified though is our chickens are a bit of a new breed. they have no feathers, and instead of being bipedal, they actually have several hundred legs.
Oh my god, don't tell them that.
And then I wink at him.
All right.
It's-
You wink at him. All right. He's gonna. All right. Okay. He looks at you a little bit confused, and he says, "I don't suppose I could see one of these eggs, could I? Perhaps I'd like to purchase one myself."
We're not looking to sell these eggs. We need to get them off the island.
Off the island.
Off this island, yes. We're doing the island a bit of a favor by removing them from this environment.
We don't. A poultry farm is based off this island. It's based in Vangate, actually. So we do need to. We're essentially looking for exotic.
Now listen,
birds.
you can cut all the bullshit with me. I don't believe any of your story.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised that she's able to clue onto this for as long as she did.
You obviously have your reasons for making up such lies, but I cannot fathom them.
Not a
From-
lie.
From Hank's corner, you hear Orcish dresses.
What?
Orcish dresses?
Yeah.
Orcish dresses, right?
Right. I'm afraid I don't believe. Perhaps I might be a little bit more inclined to believe you if you to show me one of these eggs, though.
All right, come with me.
We shouldn't.
It's fine. This guy seems on the. Actually, let me do an insight check. on this
Yeah, I
guy.
don't trust this guy. I don't know why he's so
Make
inclined.
an insight check.
He's been pretty good. Where is
Are you
my
just saying
insight?
because he's human? Because kind of racist.
16.
16. Look, I think that he's as trustworthy or untrustworthy as any small town chieftain might be. He's looking out for his people, and inside of that, he's probably looking out for himself and his family.
Yep.
He's not exceptional in this way, you know. Pretty standard motives. So he's going to be curious. He's going to be possibly even greedy. That's the impression that you have.
All right.
He's also not malicious, and he's not out to fuck you or screw you. At least not at this point.
So I mean, my take is that. Yeah. So I'm happy to take him to the boat. If anyone's got umbrage, try and stop me as I do. And I'm not saying like try and stop me. Just
Gimbal, you're outside having a bit of a nap in the snow. When you hear the crunching of snow going past you, you can make a wisdom save to try and rouse from that. Or
Right.
Constitution might be better, actually.
As Jesiah walks past Hank, you hear 2 goblin butlers, and everyone laughs.
13.
13. You mean you can rouse yourself if you want. It's a hard.
Get up. Where's the P and where did I land?
Well, that's a great question. Did you land in the P? Let's see. Oops. No, you didn't land in the P. You
good.
managed to land not in the P. The yellow snow is just over there.
Right,
So I
good
could
job.
see these 3
Yep.
wandering off.
Yep. 3 is currently 5 because there's a couple of other humans following them.
I will stalk
Ooh.
sneakily.
So with disadvantage, you can make a stealth check.
Yes, let's do that.
Jesiah leans over looks over his shoulder and sees this stumbling dude like bumping into houses and shit, trying to follow you,
Not
9.
over half the town. You
9.
pretty much described it.
telling himself to shush.
9 as I whistle for Momo.
Yeah. Question, Momo. Momo's in what form right now?
Arctic Fox.
Arctic Fox. Okay, cool. That's right. Excellent. Okay. So, what did you say to Momo?
Oh no, I was just whistling for him to like come to attention, stand to attention.
Comes
Yeah,
down to you.
and sneak with me. So like, I'll do this, little shh,
Momo looks at you and pees
and point at these, these like, and then we'll just start sneaking off.
Momo pees on your leg.
You little piece of shit! You want to be squid?
You weren't getting out of this situation without getting peed on somehow, Gimble.
Somehow it was,
Oh, it'll get cold.
but right now it's warm.
I might.
Yeah.
Oh.
and steamy.
It's not all bad.
It's not all bad. And anyway,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if he's too tired to bother give a shit now because he's covered in piss.
I'm going to let you stew on that.
Yep.
While we go back to Jesiah and Tricky. Hank, well, before that, Hank, what are you doing? You're still at the table laughing. And...
I'm regaling these people with like tales of our awesome exploits. Yeah,
right.
Telling them about the goblins that we hired. Telling them about the time I almost got kidnapped by orcish people.
Right.
Telling them about what else did we do? Oh yeah, up in the Frostmoors, how we got our name. The werewolves and stuff. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm like capturing their attention.
Fair, cool. Okay.
Yeah, making a real dick of myself.
While you're making a dick of yourself, this lady is trying to make friends with you, and she offers you a bone necklace, in return for your coat.
Yeah, right. So I think now would be a good time to mention Hank is not really, he's not very good with women, and he's not really very interested in them. Like it's not like he's asexual or anything. He's just never really considered the idea. So he's not really going to be paying very much attention to her, I don't think.
Is Hank a virgin?
He's definitely a virgin.
But would he not be interested in a potentially magical bone necklace?
You know what? Is he a virgin? I don't know. I think he probably would be. And I don't think he'd be interested in a bone necklace, and I don't think he'd be very particularly interested in this woman. He'd be polite about it. He'd be like, hey, I'll tell you the story as well.
That's how you become a wizard, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose
Be
so.
a virgin past 30.
Yeah. it's the rite of passage, right? The incel way. But yeah, so I mean she's gonna try, to hawk this bone necklace after me for my awesome coat, and I'm gonna be like, you're a funny one.
After that, she offers you a fish.
A fish?
Big fish. She tells you
for the coat.
In common, she manages to put together enough words in common to offer you. She's like, big fish, give me your coat.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna be like, no, I need this coat. This coat, very important.
2 fish. She names the type of fish, and they're like big ass. I don't know what's a big fish. Snapper.
Truncheon.
Tuna.
Sturgeon.
Fish.
Sturgeon. Yeah.
All right. Very fancy and expensive fish, which are quite common around here. But she reckons she's caught some of them.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
cool.
No, don't want fish.
No want. Love coats. My coat, super snug. And I get myself another beer.
All right.
Yeah. I continue with my tales.
She offers you herself.
Oh, I don't laugh. Sorry. I say, tough.
No, do not want. Good coat.
tough choice. And I give her like a cursory look up and down as if I'm like tempted, so I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Right.
Right. But then I'd be like, no, I know like ladies. I'll say that.
I see. Understand now. She goes away for a while.
Oh no. She's not going to bring her brother out or anything like that.
They have a fuck goblin.
Yeah, fuck goblin. Yeah.
Yeah. No, she disappears for a while, and we'll go back to Jesiah and those guys. So you guys get to the boat, and you take Tivalt onto the boat. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, and you guys each step onto the boat, and the boat as you get on board. Your crew are probably still partying with the rest of them. I'm guessing they're having a bit of a night off too. Would that be a fair call?
Yeah. I think they've had a pretty hard time of it recently, and we haven't enabled them much, surely, right?
Right.
They're probably with us in the feasting hall, right?
Yeah. They might have their own table or something just to keep things simple for us.
Hank might even be like pointing at them like, hey, tell them about that time, that sort of thing.
Yeah. That would make sense. Okay. So you're on board the ship by yourselves then, and then there might be 1 or 2 members of the crew there, possibly one of the Goliath, hanging out just on the deck. And you explain that you're just going to show them around or something.
Yep.
So Tivalt steps onto the boat with his accompanying 2 servants.
Well, let's just stop you there, Tavolt. We'd appreciate a little bit of discretion here, so your servants can wait here.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose that's fair enough. You're not gonna slit my throat and slip off into the night, are you? Huh?
From far in the distance, you hear Hank's raucous laughter.
Echoes out across the misty, cold plain. Tivalt, in that case, what he does is he turns around to his servant and he says, "All right, you can take this and this and this," and he passes over his gold and his other personal items, some jewelry and things to us.
What kind of stuff does he hand over?
Well, looking at it cursorily, you can make a investigation check.
Alrighty.
See what you think.
8.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, it's dark. It's
Yeah.
nighttime. Obviously, he's handing stuff over. The
Few
bag of
glints of something.
coins.
Yeah.
If the coins are made of copper, then not very much at all. If the coins are made of platinum, well, it would be extraordinarily large amounts of money.
Yeah.
The jewelry itself, you think, is probably worth somewhere between 10 and 100 gold, but probably not more than that.
Yep.
It seems to be the sort of stuff that a tribal leader might have. He also hands over some weapons as well, which basically includes a very nice looking dagger. And possibly, I'll give him a short sword as well for that. He says, "Do you mind if I take my staff then?"
Of course not.
Right.
Right.
So he steps onto the boat with you, having offloaded all of his precious stuff to give you less incentive to slit his throat and ride off into the night.
Yep.
And he says, "Right, well, why don't you show me around?"
I knock an arrow.
And this is the little empress I see named on the front of your bow.
Yes.
It's like a nice boat.
Yes.
Where'd you get this boat from? I've not seen one like this for a while.
Ancon Triumvirate.
Triumvirate?
Yeah, they gifted us this on behalf of us doing them a little mission. So as you can see, our qualifications, our resume is this boat that we stand on.
I see. You wouldn't have stolen it from anyone.
If we had stolen it, do you think we would have gotten this far?
Well, who knows? There's many pirates in these seas.
No.
Our resume is really good. You should really give us this charitable job.
Yeah.
To which we've asked nothing
Let's
for.
do this free. All right. Anyway, I'd like to lead him down to the hold where we have our the eggs that stowed.
All right. So Gimbal, you've knocked an arrow, right? And you
Yes.
were keeping that on Tivalt until they
until they're gone. Yeah, but I'm just what the fuck. This looks like shady dealings. Jesiah's gone rotten and tricky.
Oh no! Wait, am I? Did I follow them all the way through? Or
Here they just waited till I got drunk, and now they're gonna go fuck off with the eggs and probably the boat. I saw this coming ages ago.
What did you do? You can outline what your motives are.
Mine or Gimbal's?
No, you.
Oh, okay. Well, because I was objecting to it in the first place when they were just leaving the hall, so I kind of imagine I probably did not go along with them.
You don't want to go along just to make sure they don't really screw it up or anything like that, or?
Well, yeah. What I would have tried to do probably is get Hank and Gimbal, but considering they're both completely wasted,
I still have my faculties.
I had a very low stealth check at this tavern.
Tricky Bob, lesser restoration would solve their problems. Just saying that.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. How far are we away from the everyone else?
Well, Gimbal's outside. You don't know where he is because you're still inside because you've been talking.
I rolled a 9 stealth check because she said she was going to go at least outside with Jesiah in the beginning. So surely she would have heard me fumbling around and getting pissed on by my little shithead pet.
Right, so you may well have seen that. You may see Gimbal leaning up against the side of a building trying to be stealthy with an Arctic fox pissing on his leg. Hank, on the other hand, you can hear back in the dining hall. Yeah. And Jesiah and Tivalt and his servants have all gone down to the boat.
Okay. Then I'll go to Gimbal, who I should have noticed, and pretty much tell him that, like, well, can I cast lesser restoration on him first just to get his drunkenness out of him?
Mm-hmm.
Laser restoration. I think I have greater. Did I?
Yeah, don't waste it though.
Oh well, we can have it.
You do what you want. Sorry.
We'll have a sleep at the end, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully.
look, out of game, I'm perfectly. It's very likely that unless you start a big fight in this town, you'll get a long rest before any other situations arise.
Fantastic. Okay, so
don't worry about your spell slots.
I heal up or restore a gimbal, and then I tell him that Gimbal, Jesiah's trying to give away all our eggs to these random humans.
I know. And by the way, and I'm going to look down and kick my fox, and then come on, this way, and then, come on, let's keep an eye on him.
Yes.
All right, go. So then we'll sneak up together.
Oh, can we do the same thing to Hank, or is you too far away?
Do you want to get Hank?
Let's get Hank. Let's get Hank.
All right, go get Hank.
Oh
wait,
save me from my predicament.
Yeah, sure. Let's go get Hank. I'm coming. I'll come.
We run up to Hank. We yank him away from his table where he's talking about our
I like to think like
when you look at Hank, there's this lady with these long platinum plats. Wow, that's a phrase. And she's busy trying to seduce him basically at the moment.
She's got platinum in her fucking hair. She offered a bone necklace.
Hank's doing all right, you know,
like blonde, right?
Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Excuse me, can I have some of your hair?
It's got a big chunk of platinum on her head.
No, like braided clips or something. No.
She's offered you some fishing nets. Also.
Can we rock up at the time she's offering him a man?
Offering him what?
A man.
A man.
A man?
Yeah, well, at the end
because she goes away, right?
Said,
she goes away sometime when I said I don't like ladies.
That was just to get some fishing nets.
Oh, okay. If you don't like women, you must love fishing.
Seems about right.
You know, that makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense.
Or maybe she just doesn't know anybody that is
in the Navy.
Yeah. She doesn't know any navalmen.
So we yanked Hank away, and
I'm quite grateful about that.
I do a flourish of my cape.
Starting to get a bit embarrassing.
Let's restore him as well, and then pretty much say the same thing of Jesiah's giving away all the dragon eggs. Wait, dragon? Wyvern,
yeah, close enough. Dragons.
Yeah.
Remoraz.
The dragons.
Yeah.
Caterpillar dragon.
Right.
Okay. So you fill me in, and I'm like,
yes. What? He's betraying us for money.
Okay. All right. I'll follow you, but I'm gonna like cartwheel out the door and give the girl like finger guns. Like this.
Right. She sort of follows you.
Oh no! I wanted to do it quickly.
Can we outrun her?
Yeah, let's run.
Yeah,
let's run.
We're capping.
We're not even drunk. We're not even drunk.
We're not drunk anymore.
We're running off into the night.
All right.
Yes.
So you guys running off.
Towards the dock.
All right, we're running off
the dock. You can hear the horse, the hooves of a pony, heading down the hill behind you. And when you look back, you can see your friend still chasing you, Hank.
Oh my God, she's really into you.
She's tenacious.
Yeah. She joined us.
She is tenacious. Meanwhile, Jesiah, you're on the boat. You take Tivolt down into the hold.
Yep.
All right.
Well, Tivolt.
It's a nice boat you have here.
Yes. So as I was mentioning, this is why we'd like your discretion. So what I'm about to show you are some Remoraz eggs.
Remoraz eggs.
Yes. Now we're both businessmen here, I assume. So you can see that we are very qualified as we killed the Remoraz to get these.
Did you?
Yes.
Two.
All right.
Three.
I am
three Remorazes.
Can you make a persuasion check, please?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Pretty sure he's good at persuasion.
Persuasion.
29.
Well, his
was that full? Was that a natural 20?
That was a nat 20, yeah.
My insight roll was a natural 2. So you convinced the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, these guys must be the best smugglers in all of history.
Right.
Now, the reason we are taking these off the island
Aye.
is a Remoraz is a very dangerous threat, and we considered rebalancing the ecosystem by removing them.
What exactly is this Remoraz? I've not heard of it.
You live on this island, you don't know what a Remoraz is?
Well, we stick to ourselves.
It's a giant worm that spews fire.
What?
Lots of legs.
Mm.
I'm not there actually. Are we there yet?
Yeah, where are we?
You're still collecting Hank and Gimbal right now.
Oh.
Running away from this
Yeah.
tenacious.
Now we did this on behalf
Horsewoman.
of the which tribe was it? The Grimfrost tribe.
Oh, the Grimfrost. I see.
That's right. And they perhaps don't know how many of the eggs that we took. They're aware that there were some eggs, but we would like you to keep this under your hat.
And what do you suppose these things are worth?
I don't know. It's a friggin' worm, in my opinion. I don't really care, but my friend the elf has got a real wide on for them.
It's a real tenderloins for this.
Oh, yeah.
So we're transporting them. We'll probably take them back to our home base.
I see.
We'll figure out what to do with them from there. But as you can see, we have a boat given to us by a triumvirate. We have several eggs of a beast, several stories high.
I see.
And we're very qualified in solving problems. So you send us to the Raidana tribe with your blessings, perhaps one messenger on your behalf. You act as a bit of an envoy, so we don't have to do the whole let us do a solve a problem for you. And then that speeds up the process for us.
I can pen you a letter, but I don't know who amongst the Raidan I can read.
Can you send somebody who has had previous dealings with them that they respect? Saw a big woman in the mess hall earlier.
Oh, you like her, eh?
I don't know. No woman taller than myself.
That's Ulani.
Bit of Goliath blood in there.
There is. You knew that, huh? You can tell.
She's friggin' massive.
There's that.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't work, Balani. I'm really short.
Well, you know, opposites attract.
I suppose so. Yeah.
So you can look at it this way: is that we're doing you a favor in that you're sending us to go, you know, as your people. You don't have to put any of your people at risk, and yeah, and we get easy access to the tribe.
I suppose that could work. Yes, I suppose that could work. Very well. I'll ask Ulani if she wishes to travel with you, but you know, she's really keen on your friend's coat.
That's between the two of them, I think.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I cannot argue that. Well, when would you be leaving?
Oh, I assume within the next day or two, once we've rested for a bit.
Very well.
Mm.
Do you have supplies and things that you need? I might be able to help you find some things, food and such.
Yes, food. I could use a re-up on a pouch of crossbow bolts if you've got a weaponsmith nearby.
Oh, well, you must remember that our weaponsmiths mostly make things for hunting. We're not highly armed military type people here. We come up here to get away from all of that, you know. But certainly arrows and probably crossbow bolts too, I suspect. You should talk to Cesarin about that.
Scrappers, eh? Do you have one of those things? It's like a long pole and it's got a little cable noose in it.
I don't know about that.
I really like one of those.
Did we rock up at the dock at this point?
Yeah.
At that point, you guys turn up. Yeah, you like coming down the stairs into the hold together as a little group.
Oh, good. So we don't have to tie up the guys at the front.
No, well,
It's our boat.
it's your
Yeah, I
boat.
know.
It's
Yeah, no.
Getting on your own boat.
I would have taken them as hostile. Those fuckers. Okay, fine.
They're just standing around.
Rough.
Mm-hmm.
You're not drunk anymore, man.
No, I'm not. But this is all very suspicious.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jesiah, where are you? What are you doing?
Tirvolt turns around to see you guys coming down the stairs. And you see him.
Hank like hurriedly like pushes past everyone, try and get on the boat and like find somewhere to hide.
Tirvolt is incidentally a sort of older man with a nicely cropped beard and blue eyes.
I'm going to disguise myself really quickly while I'm down in the hold.
Okay, as
Someone older and slimmer.
I see.
Yeah.
All right. Very well.
And like with one eye.
And with
Yeah.
one eye.
Yeah.
And a pirate hat.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do.
So you cast Disguise Self, is that right?
No, I don't cast it. I'm actually proficient in disguisey stuff.
All right. Well, you can make a disguise.
Yeah, a disguise kit. Yeah. Which I'm pretty sure I've got somewhere. I think we got one back in Frostmoor of all places.
I see.
So I don't know if that's a performance check or what.
Well, it's a disguise check to get the disguise to work. Is there you don't have a disguise stat in this game, do you?
Sleight of hand.
No, I think it's just whatever. I would have said
Deception. We could use deception for that.
deception. All right, cool.
You
We'll
don't use
use
deception
for
nearly
that.
enough, I think.
Yeah, true.
And we lie a lot.
Yeah, we do lie a lot. Okay,
Almost
so,
constantly.
But you guys also role play hard, so I think that these are stats for people that can't role play.
Ah.
So if you want
I lie convincingly.
convincing,
So I rolled
29
plus 2, proficiency plus 3. So 10. I rolled a 10.
Right. Well, you think it's
Yeah.
pretty good. And here in the dark in the hold,
Yeah. And I'll just like sit down like I'm napping, like I'm,
wrap yourself up. Are you still
Yeah.
wearing your cloak though? 'Cause it's-
I probably didn't think about that. I'm probably still got it on.
that might be the problem. Okay. Well, all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. Anyway, Tirvolt sees you guys all coming in. Your friends are here, Jesiah.
Indeed.
Get your hands off our eggs.
Let's continue this chat outside now, please.
Yeah, no, fair enough, guys. I was just making a small business dealing that would be beneficial for the entire party, I think.
Where are you now? Let's discuss this business dealing. What's this deal?
Well, the deal I've made here with your friend is that you're going to deliver a message to the Goliath to the south, the Raidan tribe.
A message.
The message is yourselves. You are going to assist them.
Right.
Their next holy, what's the term for it? Journey. I mean, it's like a hard pilgrimage. Thank you. You're going to assist them with their pilgrimage to their holy site.
You sold
And
our
what to-
eggs for a
and-
tusk?
Yeah, it seems
For
like we're
us
definitely.
to
Your
do?
friend did no such thing.
And what
Your
are
eggs
we?
are your own. We are not taking your eggs.
And what are we receiving in regard to do this job?
What you will be receiving, according to your friend here, is my silence on the matter of your eggs.
Pretty garbage deal.
I am going to glare at Jesiah.
Okay, well, think about it this way, guys.
You brought him in this ship for him to then blackmail us.
No,
To do
You've shown
something.
them, here, look at these things. Don't tell anyone.
no.
We'll do anything.
We'll do whatever you want.
So, okay, think about it this way. Every time that we go see Goliath,
It's gone pretty well.
We have to prove our worth. Now we've skipped this step. We're
No,
gonna have somebody vouch for us, so we can just get straight to brass
Yeah,
tacks.
straight into proving our worth by escorting them to a fucking worship site.
Okay, if you had 4 strangers rock up and just say, "Excuse us, could we please be your escort to your holiest of
You
of
have
places?"
the tattoos.
Wait, hang on. Hank's hearing all of this go on,
Show the
right?
tattoos.
And he's going to be like, wait, this. Wait a minute. He takes off his coat, leaves it where it is, and out comes this old wizened old man with one eye,
And who's this woman?
and he says, wait a minute. This tribe that we're going to visit, aren't they the first tribe we visited? Aren't we
No.
just returning to them?
No.
No, the first tribe was the.
There are 3 tribes.
There
What
are
was
4
4?
tribes on this island.
Okay, never mind. Cool. I go back. I go back downstairs. Like I hobble downstairs.
You guys are
to-
downstairs. This is happening in the hold.
Mhm.
You are,
Oh, okay. All right. So I didn't have. Okay, cool. Right.
when you were just sitting on the side of towards the edge of the hold on one of the benches over there.
Yeah, and I've got my staff as if I'm like an old crone man, like a
Crone.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
I would say there's a much cheaper way to
curmudgeon.
silence this man right now.
We're not silencing him. He's also refilling our ship with supplies. He's giving us somebody as an envoy. This is great. He'll keep quiet about the whole thing. We've got the Thur's blood on our asses.
I'm gonna turn to him and say, I'd like 100 gold.
Tybalt says, "Do you mind if I sit here on this chair you have?"
No, you stand there.
He plants
Stand where you are. Don't you?
So that's very rude, young man.
We're busy. We're dealing with this old man. Where's that woman?
He says, "I'd certainly like to rest my legs, and if you've got something to drink, I'd appreciate that too. And then we can talk."
Hank will fix him something to drink.
Why?
And he'll bring it
Just
over on
think
like a rickety trolley, like Mrs. Doyle, from Father Ted.
A tray.
For the first time in our formation, we could just make things work a little smoother. It doesn't always have to be, we're going to extort this person for this. We can just make friends along the way. Maybe later we can rely on them for something. This group has gotten so weird.
I don't plan to ever come back to this damn island.
Yeah, I mean, you're
so
doing this by
miserable.
blackmailing ourselves.
I just want a bit of money. I just gave all of our crew so much money. Fine. I'm having a drink. I would grab the one that Hank's making.
All right.
Well,
it's probably a flask of something that he's handed to Thingo.
So I was actually making a drink, but I was making a drink, but it wasn't finished. So Gimbel's just got like straight liquor.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I just cured you guys.
Well, that was a wasted effort, and I'm
Yeah,
marching
I
off.
guess it was.
I am marching off the ship to my quarters.
Off to your quarters. All right. Well, sir, I'm afraid I seem to have caused a ruckus here. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, believe me, this isn't the first nor the last time that a ruckus will be caused from a disagreement amongst ourselves.
What do you call
We'll all have forgotten about this by next week.
What do you call yourselves then? This little crew of yours.
We're the crows.
Oh.
Frostmoor crows.
I see.
Bond.
Right. Well, I can also spread the name of your operation if you wish. That might be something I can offer you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to send some, talk about all the good work we're doing. I mean, don't specify the details. Don't talk about the eggs, but maybe just say that you've, a mercenary company has been.
You seem to have a good heart, Jesiah. I'm not one to cause friction where it's unneeded, and I think your friend seems to be a little off-put by this situation. Perhaps there is another deal we can make here too. We have a storeroom in this place where you could potentially keep or hide things. I could look after things on your behalf for long periods of time. You could come back and collect them.
Good way to get our stuff stolen.
Sonny, before you go making decisions, I need to have a word with you.
Are you talking to me?
To you, yeah.
One second.
I take all the time you need.
Okay.
Just pass me that bottle, will you, before you go?
So come on, it takes me like an entire minute longer than it should to get over to you. I'm really hamming it up, like
Right.
really truly trying to.
You make a
escape
performance
this.
check, please.
Yeah. Can I use my proficiency because he knows I'm using a disguise kit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that is 18.
18.
18.
Well.
No, sorry. 15. Yes, 18. 18.
Well, curiously enough, I rolled a natural 19 on my insight.
Ah.
So he grabs your wrist when you get there, and he looks up at you and smiles, and he says, "It's nice to know that there is a mage among your little crew of crows. That's certainly an asset. We don't have
Okay.
such people here. Not often. Let's go if you wrist. But I do appreciate the drink, so.
I'm like, you're welcome. And then I'm like, walk off and I'm grumbling like,
You probably should have taken the coat off first.
So I look down at that point and then I'm like, okay. So I take the coat off and then I like,
It's a
scuttle
very
away.
unique garment. All
Yeah.
right. And
So I go and hide it somewhere in the hold.
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys go off and have a chat. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So I go off to Jesiah. Hey, mate, look, I had this idea while we were in the thing about storing the black egg. You know, like this guy might be cool to store our other eggs, you know, if that's what you're thinking. But I had this idea to keep the black egg from exploding because that's what Gimble's so worried about. Why don't we just fill a barrel with water, with warm water, you know, put it over a fire and just keep it in that? Or the explosion will just go into the water if it hatches.
I'm not really fussed about the eggs nor the storing of them. I don't care if they're here and I don't care if they're on the ship. I just got no
I just
horse
wanted
in
to
this
tell you
race
that
at all.
before you made a decision.
Look, this isn't my decision to make. The Gimble's the one who's obsessed with the eggs.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I'm more than willing to give him over this. I just wanted some easy access. He heard about the eggs we were talking about because you guys were being loud over the dinner table. So you know,
Hank, can you make a
Oh, that thought.
Hank,
just
Hank,
trying
can
to
you
make the best of a bad situation.
Hank, can
I'm
you make an
listening.
investigation check for me, please?
Investigation, all right. Investigation is 19.
19. Okay, well, this is
19.
something that occurs to you, and you may already know this, and I might just be reiterating something that you've thought about or maybe forgotten about. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But in any case, one thing that you have noticed over the course of this adventure so far is that the Goliaths seem to have extraordinarily high value for these eggs, and they know what they are. The humans don't know what the fuck they are and don't care about them.
Right. So it could be a useful place to just hold stuff up, hold eggs up. Like we have a little stockpile of eggs that the Goliath won't know about.
And it may be that you could explain to the humans what they are and what they're worth, and then they might have some value for them. But at this point, as they don't know, they don't care.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. I know that.
Can we do you reckon we can just talk to this guy and say we'll give him an answer tomorrow if we take him up on his offer, and then we can let Gimble decide?
I mean, we can take him up on his offer regardless. You know,
Yeah, I mean, do we
it's
have
not like
anything
we
else
have
that we
to
want
store
to?
anything.
Yeah.
Can I storm back into the room?
Yeah.
Good. All
One
right, I
more
storm
thing.
back in. All right, hey, listen here. Fine, but I'm keeping the eggs. This is fine. No, yeah, all right, fine. If it makes it easiest for us to get to Raidana and deal with all of them, then fine. I won't ask for money, but I want all of my arrows stocked up. And just stuff. I want stuff. Okay.
The old fellow stands up and he looks at you. He says, "You're very haughty, Alf, but I'll try my best to accommodate you in every way I can."
Done. Now step away from the eggs.
I have no interest in your eggs.
Good.
I'm not even sure what a Rimaraz is. Your friend here told me some kind of worm.
Yes.
I can't imagine what kind of worm comes out of an egg like that.
Don't want to know. You don't want to know. They're
A
horrible.
hot worm.
Hot worm.
Oh,
Hot worm. Well,
Mm.
can you eat them?
Yeah,
I don't know.
think
We
you
haven't
want
tried.
to. Mm,
How big do these worms get then?
We could try.
pretty gross.
They're big.
They're
Hang on.
gross. They're big and gross.
We do have
pretty
some spare.
terrible.
We could try eating one.
Did
Oh,
you guys
we've got
want to make an
eggs
omelet?
I'm down to give it a go.
what kind of when we say egg, are we talking like a bird's egg, or are we
Like
more
an
talking
ostrich
like
egg,
a
right?
like a
Yeah, I was
egg
imagining ostrich.
sack?
It's
I
an
picture a
egg.
dragon egg.
It's an egg. It's about the size of a rugby ball.
Mm.
Okay,
All pointy and prickly.
or a shark's egg with points on it.
Ooh.
Right.
I have never seen a shark's egg.
Yeah, I'm
me
gonna have
neither.
to look that up too now. Damn it. Yes.
What have you done? What have you done,
Things you
James?
learn playing D&D.
Oh,
Shark
they're
egg.
weird.
Oh, what? Yeah.
That is a weird looking egg.
There's one that looks like a pine cone.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's like a
that one with the
spiral.
Wow.
All right. Well, now I know a thing.
Shark's egg. Fuck, that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's go with that.
All right. Okay. Cool. That's what Remoraid's eggs look like now.
They look like giant pine cone shark's eggs.
Yeah.
You know what? You might not even know that they're eggs. They look like that. You know.
I'm pretty sure he knows their eggs now.
Now.
Look, Gimbal, with your nature checks and such, you will have figured them out. You're a ranger. And I mean, if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see this shape inside of it too. Like it's just translucent enough that you can see through it under the right conditions.
Yeah. I mean, we'll know they're eggs just because we fought so hard to get our hands on them. So
the Goliath would have also told you what they were, and the fact that you found them, Gimbal, in a kind of a nest made it kind of obvious.
I'm pretty sure they were eggs. That or there was a bird collecting pine cones.
Very strange pine cones. Right.
Well, while we're in here anyway, next route, we skip the next town down and we just go straight to Raidana. If we get
Sounds
stocked
good
up
to me.
enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fill our stores with some sturgeon and
Ugh.
tuna.
Some salted fish.
Yeah. Yum.
All right. So you guys are gonna stay a couple of days, or
Who's our envoy? The person that this guy's what's this guy's name again?
this guy's name is Tivalt,
Tivalt.
and he suggests that you take Ilani with you.
Oh man.
After
Who's
all,
Ilani?
She has. Oh, Ilani's one of our one of the daughters of the tribe here. She's a little bit touched, but perhaps that's because the
Oh God.
the Goliath blood in her veins has
Is she going to be very useful if she's a bit dumb?
Yeah. Why are we taking this woman?
Can she speak Goliath?
she can.
So can I.
Okay. All right. And
You don't
does
have
she
to
look
take
more,
her. It's not.
does she look pretty Goliathy?
Oh.
A little.
Hmm.
Would you pass for a Goliath?
Well, they know her. Will she help? Is she?
Why are
Where
we-
is she?
why-
Is she here yet? No.
Do you have any skills?
I mean, the important question here, guys, is why do we want to take her?
What do you? What's wrong, Hank? What do you have against her? We always need
Don't
more.
you question your elders, Sonny Jim.
I'm older. I've told you how fit I am from my age. Years of tenderizing.
Tenderloining.
What
What are you drinking there, Tim?
Coffee.
It looks good, man. I want coffee.
It is.
I want a
It is.
coffee too, actually.
You guys want to take a break?
Should we break
sure
for coffee?
thing.
Grab coffee. I'm gonna grab some food too because I haven't even had breakfast yet.
I want coffee
Also-
for sure.
We're a mercenary company. We should get money.
Right.
We'll get some money. Don't you worry.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
and now I want to trade the Goliath eggs to Goliaths for magic items. We'll do that later.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Did I still
Alright.
them Goliath eggs? Anyway, whatever. Next thing.
All right, back soon. I'll stop the recording.